All right, welcome to the overview and how-to for the Roadtrek2 Sprinter RV. I'm gonna go around. We've got a zip strap on the awning so that we can tell if anyone used it. Be careful if you use these because the wind can break them. We have a separate video on how to use it. Okay, walk in here. Here's where we actually fill up the fresh water. You put fresh water in the tank right there. We have 4 seats up front. There's a place to put a table. There's the table right there and the table legs right here. These front seats, by using that handle right there, will actually allow them to pivot around so that you could have 4 people sitting at the table right there. A really quick tip on how to crank a diesel. These things are rated at 500,000 miles. They are amazing, but you have to make sure you treat them correctly. So I'm going to put the key in. I'm going to turn it to the on position, and you'll see some little curly cues pop up. I'm going to do it again. Off, on, and right. See if I can see it. There they are. In the bottom right corner are the curly cues. Now they're gone. As soon as they go away, no problem. Turn it off. Radio with USB and Bluetooth on this guy. Gets up to 24 miles per gallon. All right, let's look at it going backwards. So there's a fan on this guy. I'll teach you a little bit about inverters. Up here we have our control panel. We're going to turn the battery on. Now there's 2 batteries, a cranking battery and the RV battery. The cranking battery is isolated from the RV battery, so you should never run down your RV battery. When you drive, the alternator actually helps recharge your RV battery, or when you're plugged in, it charges the battery as well. You can use this down if you're camping overnight by using lights and water pump and things like that. So you have to make sure you're recharging this thing every day. Now on this particular guy, we have a way to test. So if we hit test right now, let's go left to right. LPG is propane. If it's below 2/3, you need to fill it up yourself. So in this case, we need to top off the propane LPG. Fresh water is 1/3 of a tank. Most people fill that up before they leave. But if they don't want the extra weight, they wait till they get to the campground. The holding water is the black water and the gray water is the gray water. On this particular unit, the holding water is inaccurate. So it's an indicator, but it's not accurate. The best way you can know if the black water is actually full is you'll know because when you flush, you can, kind of see down in there. The battery on this one is kind of 2 out of 4 bars right now, so it's not charged up, but it's enough to use a few things for this demonstration. I'm going to turn the water pump on. Okay, and what happens is usually you'll hear the water pump kind of charge up a little bit and pressurize the system. It's already done that. If you want the water heater, it's propane, you turn it on, that light comes on. It takes about an hour for that to heat up. There's, I think, 2.5 gallons, and it works really well. It's super hot, but I leave it off most of the time unless I really want hot water, like for a shower. The inverter, so I was mentioning we'll talk about the fan. So this actually takes your RV battery and converts it into AC power like at your home, but it's very inefficient. It uses up a lot of battery. So I'm going to turn it on for a moment, and one thing we can do is we can see, for example, this fan is plugged in right underneath here, right? So if I turn on this electric fan now at the back, there we go. The fan's now blowing and it's running off of the RV batteries, but it's super inefficient. So it will drain down all your batteries very quickly that you might want to use for things like refrigerator. So I'm going to turn it off right now. Here's your generator. I'm going to hit start. You can hear that thing cranking. There's an hourly fee typically associated with this, but a generator gives you power as if you were actually plugged in at the campground. So things like your microwave and your air conditioner are things that I typically might use with the generator. Your refrigerator can run off batteries or being plugged in. or theoretically the generator. But anything, if you want your outlets to work, for example, right there, the generator is a much more efficient way to create power if you're not plugged in at the campsite. I'm going to turn that guy off now. Hold it down until it goes off. Tons of storage all around in here. Storage. Lots of lights. Here's a fan that you can open up and turn on. There is an air conditioner. There's also, down here is a heater. That microwave is a convection microwave, so it actually will work on kind of like it has the ability to make a pizza, for example. Tons of drawers with lots of space. Here's your sink. Okay. 2 burner stove. Freezer, fridge. Runs on AC power or DC. It would get charged when you're going down the road. Most people like to, it's coldest when you plug it in at the campground. This one also has a gas mode on it, but the gas mode is a little bit finicky on this one, so we recommend that most people just use the 120 volt or 12 volt. So basically this uses a lot of power, your RV batteries, so as long as you're driving or plugging in every once in a while, then it will stay cool. But the way to keep it really cold is to be plugged in at the campground. Back here, we're currently made into a bed, but this is a couch area that seats 4 people. It has a table that can be set up as well. I'll demonstrate that in a moment. While we're here, here's the shower area. You notice how, and the bathroom, you notice how the shower curtain goes outside of the doors. I'll show you how that works. Open this guy up here. There's a little, you have to pull this guy up to open this door. So here is our toilet, shower, sink combo. Usually we have toilet paper down there in this drawer. And let's see. Oh, to flush it, you just hold down the pedal. And sometimes if the flap gets caught open, like it did right now, you just flip it with your foot, like this, and it closes just fine. Just a little anomaly. There's a fan in here as well if you need that. So, when you close these doors, here's a latch. So from the inside, you can actually close these doors where it's open up a little further. So this means that it's opened up. So from the inside, you can latch it and then open up these shower curtains so you gain 25% more room. So I'm going to close this door now. Pull that up so I can close it the rest of the way. Latch it. We're good to go. We'll go around on the outside. There's the stick for the awning. The awning is the most likely thing to be broken because a rogue wind can come up and actually blow the awning and break it. I suggest not using the awning unless you really can make sure you're there with it the whole time on a low wind day. Otherwise, trying to get home with a broken awning is a difficult thing. All right, going around the outside. So one thing I really love about this unit, the Roadtrek2, is it has a mosquito net in the back. So you can zip it down, put it like this, and now you can sleep with your back doors open. It's pretty amazing. Tow package on this guy. Plenty of room underneath here for storage, additional storage. Tons of space. There's some chairs. We do have 3 seat belts in the back, 4 seat belts in the front, so it could seat 7 legally. As we go around, here's where the power is. So this is for a 30 amp connection at the campground. A 30 amp means that you could run all of your services at once, like the AC and the refrigerator and the microwave. Everything all would work all at once, and that's great. If you need an adapter because you only have like a home plug-in, which is a regular home plug-in, this is 15 amp. So this adapter goes from that connector to a regular one. Problem is that's only 15 amps, so you can't really run all of the services simultaneously if you don't have a 30 amp connection. So you could, no problem, run the your refrigerator and the microwave, for example, at the same time. But if you try to run everything at the same time, like the microwave, the refrigerator, the air conditioner, you will throw a fuse, a breaker, at the place that you're plugged into at the house. If you need to top off the propane, U-Haul is a good place to do it. This is where they do it. On the right is the unscrew to open or screw in to close the propane. I leave it open for trips. This guy here is your septic. So you have the septic hose. You have to first take this handle and straighten it out. Doing it one-handed, yep, like that. Once that's done, you have two different valves. And you put this down in the septic hole at the dump station. Then you always rinse the black water first. So black is the toilet water. So you pull that out, and then you hit this red button right here by the seat. You have to make sure that the main battery switch up there is on at the control panel. As long as the battery switch is on there, then this guy will work. And then you hit this button, and you'll hear it make a sound. It's like a garbage compactor on your sink at home, a trash compactor on your sink at home. And so that will go out, and then that's your black water. Once you're done with that, you push the black water back in, and then you pull out this gray handle. That's your gray water. Gray water is when you need to, is your sink water and your shower water. And that flushes out this hose really nice and gets it clean. Whenever you're done, you turn this handle back off, stow it back up in here, and lock it. Now, what's this handle for? In case something ever gets stuck, like, you should always use RV toilet paper only. But if something by accident got stuck, then you can push this in until you find it hit a spot where it won't twist, and then turn it, and it actually frees up whatever was stuck, making it stuck. Sometimes it'll even blow a fuse if you try to hit the red button. It's called a macerator, too long. You could blow a fuse, but usually if you just turn that, if you hear it get stuck, then that unsticks it. So don't forget, diesel only. To open this cap, it's like the door is shut here. That keeps the cap from opening. Take this guy, open it up. You have access for diesel only.